Hi y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be another recent reads. Since these are from like a year ago, I'm just getting still caught up. Next is Grace Needs Space by Benjamin A. Wilgus and Wrede Abrego, who is also the illustrator. If I'm not mistaken, Random House Kids, Random House Graphic had sent me this. Thank you so much. Grace is so excited to fly a freighter from her home space station and away from her boring mother Evelyn to a faraway moon. Plus, she'll get some quality time with her fun mom, Kendra. Something Grace definitely needs. But when Kendra is too focused on work, Grace's first big trip becomes kind of lonely. Grace had so many plans for fun, but it just takes one quick decision and Grace's adventure isn't so out of this world at all. This was a fun graphic novel read, but Grace wasn't a very likable main character for me. And her mom she goes on the trip with just was infuriating. I love the idea of this world living in space and traveling though, and had a fun time with those aspects. No real satisfying resolution really to me either with several things as far as the mom and Grace interactions. I think kids would love it. I don't think they'd have any of the issues I have though. And the art by the author is absolutely beautiful, so really had a fun time. And then in my next read of this author, Lauren DeStefano, The Girl with the Ghost Machine. Another stunning cover. And this cover is by Marcos Callo. When Emmeline Beaumont's father starts building a ghost machine, she doesn't really believe it will bring her mother back from the dead. But Monsieur Beaumont is so desperate that he's done nothing but toil away on the contraption year after year. Nothing good has come from the hours Emmeline's father has spent in their basement working on the ghost machine. Feeling utterly forgotten by the only parent she has left, Emmeline decides she must take action. The only way to bring her father back will be to finally make the ghost machine work or destroy it forever. This is just another great read from this author. She is amazing. The writing with this had an achingly beautiful quality to it. It's hard to describe, but the way the author conveyed all the emotions throughout the story was just superb. Great symbolism and many things that just make you think and make you want to ask questions and then discuss them with someone. There's a sad part in here, and it actually helps you see how different, or maybe even the same sometimes, people can be with how each person handles loss and grief. So well done. And just a reminder not to ignore the living. You get so caught up in your own grief, you can forget about those around you, like her dad does with her. This is full of heart, family, friendship, grief, heartache, but hope too. Just highly recommend. I was sent The Gullfather, Birdsy, Seagull, Volume 1, A Seahawk Situation. Story and words by Emmy winners Jeff Sikaitis and Jake Wheeler. Art by Garen Torres. Colors by Laisha San. It was a cute and fun read, and I really had a fun time. Synopsis: The Gullfather, Birdsy Seagull, rules the roost with a fistful of feathers. And with a little help, but not so much, from his ragtag crew, the salty-mouthed Joey, One Wing, the handsome slacker Vinny, the glamorous and dangerous Birdabella, and Birdsy's well-fed enforcer Quack Quack. They say they will stop at nothing to be the top crime birds on the boardwalk, but they pretty much stop at everything. Snack time, nap time, and any other reason, much to Birdsy's ire. Well, actually, Birdabella will stop at nothing, and that is a bit of a problem in the other direction. I've never read a story like this one, and it was just so quirky and interesting. I love the community these birds had with all the different kinds of characters, including good guys and bad guys, just like with humans. Let's say early middle grade readers, but that would depend on the parents, I guess, because I mean, like, the crime and kind of like a mob type thing, but it's not like that violent or anything. It's just up to the parents. And the art was absolutely beautiful. And this is the advanced reader's copy that HarperCollins had sent me. But then I also got like this big book box. And I don't remember if that was from Big Honcho Media on Instagram or if HarperCollins had sent that. So I do have a finished copy, but this was in my stack of all needing to be reviewed, and I had read the advanced reader's copy. But it's the first in the Nick Blake and the Remarkables. This is a Manifestor prophecy by Angie Thomas. The illustrations are by Sator Fayad's Igby. So the first name is Setor and the last name is Fiadzzigbey. Wow, this was phenomenal. It's definitely now one of my all-time favorite reads. It's so good. And Coco on her shoulder. It's not easy being a remarkable in the unremarkable world. Some things are cool, like getting a pet hellhound, Coco, for your 12th birthday. Others, not so much. Like not being trusted to learn magic because you might use it to take revenge on an annoying neighbor. All Nick Blake wants is to be a powerful manifestor like her dad. But before she has a chance to convince him to teach her the gift, a series of shocking revelations and terrifying events launch Nick and two friends on a hunt for a powerful magic tool she's never heard of, to save her father from imprisonment for a crime she refuses to believe he committed. There's so many amazing layers to this story, and every time you peel another layer back, it's just as incredible as the one before that. Like, Nick is an amazing main character. She's got a lot thrown at her, and you see her wrestle with everything she thought she knew, and then getting that all turned upside down and figuring her way through what is truth, what are lies, who she can trust. The OMG moments in this are next level. One in particular, but I'm not going to spoil any of them. The friendships in here were the best. All of the characters we meet throughout were all so interesting and stand out. There's even some characters I recognize from other books I've read that also had hints of African mythology and folklore, like Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, I think it's called. And I love seeing them again, and through a different author's eyes, because that's something I love about reading. Even if it's a familiar or a known character, each author makes you see them differently, while mostly the same, because you can't change a lot because it's a known character, if that makes any sense. But I love that. Coco has my heart, of course, but so does JP. When he says, quote, "My daddy told me to take Jesus with me wherever I go. I'm glad I listened." I about choked laughing so hard because of the situation they were in when he said this, and then him saying it. And then the forks, spoons, and rubber bands and what he does with those. It's just so good. The whole quest and adventure Nick and friends are on was so thrilling and kept me on the edge of my seat. Each chapter ending had me have to keep reading. I could not put it down. I can't wait for the next book. I need it so bad. Highly recommend. And this was, I think, the last book in the Lauren DeStefano books that I had to read. This is Dreaming Dangerous. And covered by Yuda Onoda. Well, I see a lot and does amazing work. Tucked deep in the woods and surrounded by a great iron fence lies Brassmere Academy for the Extraordinary, a school for orphans who have strange and wonderful gifts. 12-year-old Plum has lived here for as long as she can remember. Each night she ventures into her dreams alongside her three best friends, Vian, Gwendol, and Artem, to fight monsters and journey on dangerous quests. But one night, Plum gets a mysterious warning that she and her friends are no longer safe, and the next morning, Artem is nowhere to be found. As Plum, Vian, and Gwendol search for their friend in both the dreaming and waking worlds, they start to uncover alarming secrets about Brassmere and its intentions. Will they be able to find Artem before it's too late, or will they be next to disappear? You definitely say that this is now a favorite author after all these books. I just love her books so much. I will say I didn't enjoy this one as much as her other ones. I just think it was too short. It's like 200 pages exactly, pretty much. And that would be fine normally, but just for this story, it just could have benefited from being more fleshed out. A longer book could have let the author explain things more with the characters, the school, and the background and backstory. It just felt more like an outline than a final draft. And the ending wasn't that satisfying for me either. Again, could have benefited when more page time dedicated to the conclusion too. Just such a phenomenal idea for a story. And everything about it was brilliant. It just needed more pages dedicated to flesh out that brilliance. And this came out in 2018, and I haven't seen another middle grade from her, but I'm really hoping she'll write more because I need it. I love her books. This is another companion to Savvy by Ingrid Law. This is the third one in that companion series. Beautiful cover by Brandon Dorman. This is the third, so I'm not going to read a synopsis, but I love this one. I definitely loved it more than the second book because the second book just had so many annoying characters. And I think I love it as much as the first book, maybe even a little bit more than actually. I love the twist and the switcheroos in this one. So many twists and turns in adventure, full of magic and friends, family, and discovering who you are. All the aspects of what make you you, and learning that who you are is amazing no matter what other people think. It is kind of confusing why after all the years the sudden change and no explanation, but I had a great time. Just a fun atmospheric series, companion series. And I don't know if it's because I have 12 stacks and I had them numbered, like I put a sheet of paper and numbered them in the order, but the next four, like these are from like March, I think, April of last year. And these are like November or October, so I don't know how these got in there. So, but I kept them in there, except for one I did take out because it was the fourth in a series, and the first three I hadn't reviewed yet, so I'm going to put that back where it goes, but I just went ahead and it drives me crazy that it's out of order, but I'd already written the reviews and then I noticed it and I was like, well, I'm not. And Random House Kids, Pam Random House sent me an Arc of the Dark Lord's Daughter by Patricia C. Wrede. The illustrator is James Fernhaber. Kayla is like a girl like any other, or so she thinks. When a day at the state fair is interrupted by the news that she's the daughter of a Dark Lord, she and her family are quickly whisked to another world, one that's chock full of magic but lacking in technology. All Kayla wants is to go home, but she must learn magic to do so. The catch for the Dark Lord's daughter, the road to mastering magic is filled with evil traditions. As she ventures closer to her father, Kayla must decide whether to accept her birthright. Is she destined for darkness, or can she become a new kind of dark lady? I have several books by this author, and after reading this, I really need to prioritize reading those, because I really love this. I do wish there had been some more action rather than all the tiny detailing of just about everything. But if this is the first in the series, that makes more sense, but I'm not sure if it is. I like details like this, just wanted some more action in there too. Kayla's mom and little brother got on my nerves many times, but other than that, I had such a fun time with it. I like how characters were taken from the modern world to this one, and especially Kayla's reactions to all the things she was expected to do as Dark Lady. I also love what the things they brought from their world turned into this new world. Manga Vinci has my heart. So do the door guards, so to speak. I really hope there will be more, because I'm so interested to see what will happen next. Just had such a great time with this. And then Sinister Summer for book 4, Menacing Manor by Kiersten White. So beautiful. Those are so stunning by Hannah Peck. Yep, Hannah Peck. And I can't tell you how excited I was to dive back into this series and see what happened next. This quickly became one of my all-time favorite series without even finishing the whole series. Like I said, this is the 4th, and it was just as quirky, hilarious at times, and just incredible as the others in the series. I love the mystery of this one and play on Frankenstein in ways. Still amazing wordplay, and just as amazing way with words in general in these books. We meet even more eccentric, quirky characters to go along with all the others before them, which includes our ragtag group of amazing characters we follow from story to story. These characters all have my heart, each for different reasons. While each book has its own individual mystery, we're given another puzzle piece each book to the bigger overall mystery, and I'm so invested and cannot wait to see where we go from here. Love the twist in this one also, which is so good. These are also so atmospheric every time, which is brilliant since each book has its own unique atmosphere. Still gives me the Addams Family mixed slightly with the Monsters vibe. Kooky, gothic, silly, spooky, just amazing. Highly recommend. The book 3, I think it was, I didn't love as much. I think because the twins were separated and it was just so serious at times, and I think that was the whole point of that one, like that type of where they were and stuff. But this is just back to the way I love it. Like, I loved that 3rd one. I loved it, don't get me wrong, but like this is the best. Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Alyson Noel. When he first started seeing ghosts, Max Woodbead Smith assumed that other people must see them too. Now at the end of 6th grade, Max knows better and keeps the visions to himself. Max's mission: appear normal. But when Max arrives at Woodbead Mansion to spend the summer in the town of Glimmerville with his eccentric grandfather, Ramhart Woodbead, he can't ignore the world of spirits. Here in a town shrouded in constant fog, pies are enchanted and ghosts roam free. Goodbye, normal. After a supernatural storm hits and captures Ramhart's soul, Max, with the help of a few new friends, has to go on a quest to find his grandfather's field guide, an enchanted book that contains the key to defeating an unearthly nemesis, and they better find it fast before Ramhart's soul is gone for good. And I think I'd read this one back in November. It was after I'd read another book by her, and I really love that one, which that review hasn't come yet. And I had an overall fun time with this. Max was kind of an irritating character, though. He changed his mind about things suddenly for no apparent reason, didn't listen, and made some dumb decisions that didn't really make much sense. I love the idea of his grandpa, the book, the house, and all the supernatural paranormal aspects, though. I just wish things were developed more or something. Not much character growth development, but it was an overall good spooky time, though, and I really like the way it ended. So, and the illustrator is Maike Plinske. My first name is M-A-I-K-E, last name P-L-E-N-Z-K-E. And then lastly for this video, Treasure in the Lake by Jason Pamment. He's also the illustrator. Grand adventures often begin where you least expect. Iris knows all about grand adventure stories. She's read them all, but when she and her best friend Sam stumble upon an unusually dry riverbed on the outskirts of town, they're led to a discovery beyond anything Iris has read about, a hidden city lost in time and shrouded in mystery. Storm clouds gather as secrets begin to surface. Can Iris and Sam uncover the truth in time to keep their friendship afloat, or will history repeat itself and pull them apart forever? This was an overall fun graphic novel read. Iris got on my nerves, though, and seemed like a brat and selfish, and I didn't really like the way she treated Sam either. But like I keep saying, things that annoy me probably won't annoy the target reader though, because that's just how some kids like ours are, and some kids like that just annoy me. The plot was sort of confusing to me though, and could have benefited with more details explaining things. Beautiful artwork by the author though. Just love this art. Hate being negative, but like I said, the target audience, I don't see how they could have the same issues I'm gonna have, so they're not gonna notice that stuff probably. So, alright y'all, that's it for this video. Did you see any that you want to read now? Have you read any already? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.